What's up? Welcome back to Activate. Amanda Baxter here, and so excited to bring you a 10-minute hip mobility. So a little bit of stretch, a little bit of mobility, and of course, a little bit of self-care. With this, I kicked off my shoes. Feel free to, again, get settled, get barefoot, get comfortable, and we're gonna be moving slow, but also moving and flowing through the work. So take it as needed and continue to come back to your breath. Let's get started here. Just feet coming hip width distance and hip circles. Soften up your knees. Start to circle those hips all the way around. The hips need a little love. So today is gonna be the day that we get that in. As you're taking this circle around, try to make it big, right? Press the pelvis forward, send the hips to the side, send the booty to the back wall. Roll the shoulders down away from your ears, right? I don't want you to feel tension in the upper body. As we mobilize, we are here to let the tension leave our body. Bring it center, gently reverse those hip circles once you're ready. Breathe in through the nose as you send the hips back, exhale. This is one of my favorite mobility stretches. I could do this any time of the day, all day, every day. All right, you're gonna bring it to center. From there, chest goes forward, booty goes back. Softly bend the right knee. You're gonna press your hips right and then shift your weight to the left. Press the hips left, left knee bends, okay? So opposite leg is lengthening as you're bending into that outside hip. And we're essentially drawing a figure 8 here, right? With those hips all the way side to side. So this should feel good to release the glutes a bit, which in turn help the hips mobilize. One more, bring it to center. From there, gently bend the knees. Hands can stay on the thighs or relax forward. Bend down for TI, and then lengthen to stretch. Inhale on the bend, option to reach through the legs or grab behind the legs. Exhale, stretch. Very important here, right? That as you drop the hips, you're keeping your heels anchored to the floor. We want to feel that full release on the extension. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. I love these. Breathe in, exhale. Last one. All right. Turn out the toes. Just center lunge. Use your palms, forearms, elbows. Just press back on the inside of the legs. Find this little sway again. You can be higher. As you're rocking, you want to feel the inner thighs release, the low back release. Try to roll the shoulders down. One more each side. All right. We're going to come all the way to the floor. Seated position. Now, we're gonna start facing your right corner. From there, bring your right leg into 90 degree. Left leg, wrap the knee back. All right, so your hip is open, and then we're just gonna take these 90-90s, right? One side, lift up and over, sit up tall, and then switch it other side. So as you're doing these, if you do need assistance and you need to take the hands behind you to help you, totally understandable. But you might feel that as you do this, you're opening up through the hip. If you are comfortable with those hands not on the floor, it's again just going to increase the challenge or body awareness. So remember, if you need the support, hands are down there. I'm going to go for one more each side. And then I want you to hold it over towards the right. From there, we're just going to take those hands, breathe in, reach them out on a low V. Exhale, incline the chest forward. Just hold it here, okay? Maybe a little sway side to side, but you should feel a good stretch through that right glutes. And then I like to wrap this left knee back another inch or two. And watch you're not relaxing or collapsing fully down. Yes, we're leaning into it, but keep that good posture, right? So you're on a forward diagonal. Breathe in, exhale, we're gonna lift and switch. Switch those legs, right? So 90 degree with that front leg, wrap that right knee back, breathe in, reach those fingertips out, incline. Ooh, left cheek is tighter, yes? So remember, you never wanna force the stretch. We always wanna ease into it. So we breathe in, and then exhale, maybe walk the hands out another inch or two, but really, really just trying to keep the length and that neutral spine, not hunching into this. Pressing out of the fingertips. 4, 3, 2. Awesome. From there, we're going to extend that right leg out, tuck the left foot in, half straddle, and then just take a side bend. Keep that left cheek on the floor. Take that left arm up and over. Just a side bend here. Feeling this release through the side body to stretch out the waist. The waist connects to the hip complex and the pelvis. Everything's always interconnected. So it's so important that we find moments to release them. Inhale, coming up. We're gonna exhale, push onto this left palm, left knee. You're pressing your hips up, coming into a side plank. Just hold there, okay? Reach that arm overhead. So we're finding this side body stretch even deeper. And with this, watch your hips aren't back. Bring your hips forward, press them towards the wall out in front of you. If it does feel good to arch back, you can reach your right fingertips towards the back corner. Awesome. Now from there, we're gonna take a half split, okay? So pivot your left shin directly underneath your hip, and then our right toe, we're just gonna shoot it out towards the side wall and relax your hips back and down. So just hold here for a moment. Your forearms or your palms can relax onto the floor. If it does feel good to take this left knee and open it up a little bit so you can get deeper in the half split. Ooh. For my former dancers or anyone that, athletes, it's so important that we stretch. Sometimes we forget about it as we've gotten older in our years. So find these moments to come back to that youthfulness that used to challenge you and bring you a lot of routine, right? Holding here, take a big breath in. Exhale, we're gonna come up from there. Okay, so slightly just slide that right leg in, lift the hips, and then pivot this left shin, so it's almost, again, parallel with the front. Right leg's going back, and we're trying to just get into a pigeon. So lean into your hands here for a moment. Extend that back leg. Try to really float it so it's behind you, and then hover. So the shoulders are stacked over your palms or your wrists. If this is enough, stay here, okay? To deepen this stretch, maybe you're walking the hands out. Maybe you're dropping to the forearms. Maybe you're letting your chest just relax all the way down. And this is gonna hit the left cheek, yeah? So try to think of pressing your right hip, your right headlight or flashlight to the floor. And then deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. Releasing the booty helps release the hip. All right, switch it out. We're gonna come up, tuck that right leg in, reach that left leg long, side bend, reach out with the right, side body stretch. You're in your half straddle here. Watch the right hip is still pressing into the mat, right cheek on the floor. Good, and again, you're reaching up towards the ceiling, not down towards the floor. Breathe in. Good, exhale, you're coming up from here. We're gonna push onto right knee, right palm, lift the hips coming into that side plank, side bend variation. Reach that arm overhead. Maybe that arm goes to the back corner, but press your hips forward, squeeze your booty. And you should feel releasing through the hip flexor, the psoas, as you tighten through the glutes. Holding it there, breathe in. Exhale, we're gonna go ahead, shift, bringing our left hand towards the floor. We're gonna pivot so that right knee is underneath the hip, and then gently slide those left toes to the side wall. Let the hips go to the back wall, and our half split is here. Remember, you can take this right knee, open it up, and then walking out onto the palms, the forearms, or again, just letting chest drape to thigh. Ooh, this inner thigh too is a little tighter. Take a big breath in. Exhale. And remember, as you're in a stretch, you can rock a little bit. I always find it's helpful to just kind of work through the kinks. If the tension is there, just face it. Yeah, sometimes we gotta just face it. It's interesting because we have these pathways in our brain that have to send these the mechanoreceptors have to send these signals through the pathways to say, hey, you're confronting that tension. We're facing it. So you get familiar. The more familiar you are, the easier it becomes to your mind and your body. All right, breathe in, exhale, come up, up, up. Now we're gonna take this right shin, slide it forward, take that left leg, slide it back behind you. Put your weight into your palms and gently just let your hips go backwards as that back leg settles down. Now we're in that pigeon as best as we can here. So if you need a support, keep your body lifted with the arms, or you walk down onto the forearms. And then that left hip, make sure it's not facing side. Press that left hip to the ground. Let everything melt into the mat here. Deep breath in. And then exhale, you're feeling that good stretch through that right cheek. Holding it for 4, 3, 2, One good breathe in, exhale, slide both knees underneath you. We're walking onto hands and knees, and then we're gonna tuck the toes. Knees are gonna go east and west. We're pressing back for a standing child's pose, okay? If you need to come to a forward fold, you do your thing, bring your feet to the floor and just fold. Otherwise, palms down or forearms down. And then from there, I want you to just alternate walking the fingertips to the right. Hold the oppositional stretch. Your hips press back to the left. And then walk the fingertips through center over to the left. Your hips press back to the right. So this again, lengthening the waistline. One more time, walk it over to the right. Breathe in, and then exhale, walk it over to the left. Good, we're gonna bring it to center. Disconnect the heels, extend the legs, press those heels to the floor, hands come to thighs as you roll up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is your head. Shake out those legs, let the blood flow go back down to the legs. We're gonna reach our hands up for a prayer. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, I want you to look at that prayer as you float it down to the middle of the chest. And just let everything release. A fabulous work today. How do you feel, right? Do you feel a little looser? I hope this helps kind of release any stress on the back, opening up the hips too as well. Now that you took some time to get your stretch in, make sure you stretch, selfie it up, tag us at Activate with Amanda, tag me at the Amanda Baxter, and any questions about what we did today. I know sometimes mobility, stretching, it can feel foreign, it can feel new, or some of the nuances or sensations that your body is signaling to your mind. You're kind of like, I'm not sure what this feeling is. So ask those questions. That's how we get deeper with that mind-body connection, and we continue to grow on this well-being and wellness journey together. Again, I'm Amanda Baxter, here for you forever and always, but proud of you for showing up today. I will see you soon. Great work. Peace out.